Hello, people. Sorry, I'm having to send out the link afterwards since I'm on the phone. But here we go. And let's see here. Where's that Walking Dead group? There we are. There's no more that can be done. One moment. Let's go in here. It was better in here the last time. Hello. We're live, yes. And Broke Black Man 94. I posted the link in the announcement page and on the Walking Dead page, so hopefully some people see it and they get to join us in our little discussion. I wanted to talk, I guess, a little bit more about The Walking Dead Season 8 trailer. I've seen a bunch of channels getting around to it, and with a channel with the name The Walking David, I probably should talk about it. So, if you guys saw anything notable in the trailer that you'd like me to discuss personally, go for it. I don't know. This is very free-flowing type of discussion. It usually is. If you've ever seen one of these live streams, I just kind of ramble a lot, and hopefully people join and keep me in the bumpers. Death of Shiva. Couldn't care less. I think this whole hyping up the tiger is kind of stupid, because if we're just going to get bad CGI budget on deer and trash in the background, then it's not worth it. But could have been really cool, but I think the death total from Shiva last season was one person. So, as big of a number as that is, I think basically it would be better if, I don't know, King Ezekiel just had a Rick Grimes in a cage and just unleashed him on people. Father Gabriel, although he's improved in recent seasons, I would be fine with him dying to then better along the story, just because there are more interesting characters. I will say this, if it came between choosing like Father Gabriel or Rosita dying, everybody would go Rosita right now. Rosita is just kind of a pointless character. She's a filler character. I don't have a lot of interest in anything that Rosita does. I think she has a lot of messed up views on things. Similar with Tara. I really don't know why Tara is so involved in the show anymore. Let's see. My Dory. Hey, David. Nice to see you. Good to see you, too. Can't stay. Just wanted to drop in and show some love. Well, thank you very much. If you all want to stop in and show some love, that's great. Leave a thumbs up. Show me some love. Tell people to subscribe to this channel. Maybe if it grows, maybe the content will get better, but I don't fucking know. Oh, look at that. Big jump up in the like category. There we go. There's 4 people. Get 4 likes. Maybe 4 likes. 4 people, 4 likes. Come on. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. I didn't know anybody, dude. Oh, bam. 4. Woo! It's like the most likes I've had while doing one of these live streams so quickly. I love Tara. Her standalone episode was one of my favorite episodes last season. I'm trying to remember that episode. Standalone. Not with Heath, right? You don't mean Heath. Oh, you mean the Oceanside. I thought, she was alright in that. She was good in that one. It's mostly like the stuff, those other Oceanside actresses, man, those are some weak characters. Like, they're just not written very well. At least it drives me nuts. Hannibal Lecter is saying hello to you, Broke Black Man. He must think you look tasty. He looks at you like Bob on The Walking Dead. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care for it, honestly. It's just because I got into this show because I loved characters like Rick Grimes, Carol and Daryl and seeing the evolution of these characters. I don't like seeing new characters introduced that we're not going to see some kind of character development. It's a waste of character time. It really is. You don't need to have a standalone episode that doesn't change the character at all, that doesn't help you understand it. For example, the reason we had that standalone episode back with Morgan in season 6 with him and Eastman was because we're trying to understand why Morgan is the way he is right now. And we needed that because he seemed completely different, and it's sort of like, what the fuck did we miss? Similar to Game of Thrones in the sense that the show does not do a very good job of telling you how much time has passed between things. If we showed that, a year's time passed with him and Eastman, then you would see the effect more. But based on The Walking Dead, it seemed like he could have been there 3 weeks, he could have been there 3 months, he could have been there 2 years. We don't really know. And that's important. You do need to have a time frame. I only eat the rude. It's a good policy to live by. Yeah, let's talk about Morgan. He looks like he's head-to-head with Jesus. I don't know if he's really... It could be that he said, fuck what Carol said, and I'm going to go out, and I'm going to try to kill these things one by one, and Jesus is trying to bring him back into the fold and correct his mindset. It could be that something else, even after he listened to Carol and went but didn't go. You know that phrase that they're like, you can go and not go, which is kind of like, just say stay here as opposed to fucking leaving into the wilderness. Like, don't, the go, not go, and trying to turn that phrase, it's not a good phrase. It's not catching on. Nobody likes the go, not go quote. You're not going to see that on any fucking t-shirts anytime soon. It isn't Carol's new, look at the flowers. Nobody cares. But if he does that and then somebody else dies due to his mistake and he goes into that clear mode again, and then Jesus goes out and looks for him, and then he gets in a fist fight because he's in this killer mode now of anybody who gets in my way I'm going to harm, that would make a little bit more sense. Otherwise, I think it's a sparring match. I think they're practicing. You think Eugene is fully committed or is a double agent? I don't think he knows. I think he's playing the Game of Thrones within The Walking Dead, and he's playing the survival game. And it's kind of hard to tell. He's sort of like the Varys of The Walking Dead, where it's hard to tell exactly where his loyalties lie because they can change with the blowing wind. And it's interesting to watch stuff like that because, I don't know, you're on the edge of your seat. You're never sure what you're going to get with him, and that's okay. And also, we've understood that over the seasons, Eugene has been a liar. He's been on one side, he's been on the other side. He can be easily swayed by people who are very charismatic, who treat him well, and that's kind of what Negan's crew does, or at least what they pitch. The thing that I think could turn Eugene sour to Negan is similar with Dwight. When you backstab Negan, you might get an iron to the face. And you're not going to die, but you're probably going to lose a lot of love and respect for the guy. It's all good and dandy when he's throwing whores and food your way. But when he stops throwing the whores and the food your way, then it might get a little bit dicey. Maybe Negan will make Eugene cut his hair, and Eugene will be like, how dare you? I love this mullet. Do you think they will kill off a major character like Maggie, Carl, or Michonne? I have a feeling that they're going to kill off Michonne. And the main reason is because it would give Rick something to be devastated over and give us another reason for him to kind of go into Rick mode. The only thing that I hope dies other than that is Carl's haircut. She's a Mary Sue, kinda. Well, she's a Mary Sue that in the last time we saw her got her face pummeled in. I I don't know what the deal is with the lack of the sword. Maybe I stopped paying attention at some point or fell asleep for a few weeks. But I don't really know why she doesn't use a sword anymore. Yeah, normally whoever sleeps with Rick ends up dying. Well, it's... it gives Rick a reason to want to fight even more than he already has. Then I'm wrong, my bad. What are you wrong about? I don't know what you're wrong about, Hannibal. You're always right in my book. 7 thumbs up. So wow, thanks everybody. Definitely more than the last one. People did not enjoy this last one. Her being a Mary Sue. Oh, well, I guess. Sort of. I don't know if you're necessarily wrong. I just disagree. She used to be, though. She used to be. Hey, what's up, Analysis? You're Sir Ulrich von Liechtenstein. I'm really glad that so many people actually got to join in this discussion. Man, I need to stop leaning back. Cheers. Yeah, I like that they made Michonne a little bit more ballsy and kind of pursuing Rick in like season 6, like the end of season 6, beginning of season 7. Or sorry, the last half of season 6, not the beginning of season 7. They're just together. I do like that. I think they've gotten a little weak on her motivations right now. It's kind of like they were improving it, and then they go, fuck, well, we really need to address this all-out war situation that we're going to be facing, so we'll just put that by the wayside. I do feel, however, though, that they might kill Michonne off, because we haven't really gotten a lot of them together in the last few episodes. And I don't know if that's because the whole desire of the audience to see Rick and Michonne together has just faded over time, or they just haven't come up with any good material for her yet. But Michonne without her sword and without us seeing, stuff like that. The one episode where Rick and Michonne really had it was that one with the really shitty CGI deer. That was a great episode, I thought, as far as developing their characters more. Although it was a lot more low-key and kind of goofy at times, I thought it was good. It showed that they had a relationship worth fighting for and worth observing. It wasn't like a Tara Denise thing where it's kind of like, are we just a couple now because there's only 2 lesbians? Is that really what we're doing there? Let me see. Why are people shipping Daryl and Maggie? That's not going to happen, right? Wish I could get into the discussion, but I've never seen The Walking Dead. That's okay. I just never seen Rick and Michonne together at all. Am I the only one? Do you mean like actually in the show? Or do you just mean like you just never visualized that in your head as a possibility? Because I can understand either one. They don't really show them having a lot of relations in the show. Yeah, they don't really show it. They imply them sleeping together and making out. We see them eating canned food when they fall through the rooftop and laughing that one off, because that's what happens when you fall 2 stories through a building. Plot armor. When they were in town and the kid took off. The kid. Carl. Carl. It's, they have really good friendship development, but as far as their relationship, I don't know. I think that might change. There's a shot in the trailer of Season 8 where it looked like Maggie was kind of looking at Rick. And I feel like if they do this whole theorized time jump stuff, that maybe Maggie and Rick end up being together. Michonne is more like a mother figure to Carl, but not like a stepmother. I always thought that Michonne was more of a... She starts off as his best friend, and then, you're right, kind of becomes sort of a mother figure when she starts having feelings for Rick. But it came around a time when Carl was already kind of becoming this older teenager, and he really didn't need a lot of guidance. And plus, he's a hard kid to direct. He doesn't really listen. He's kind of his own man already. He's already aged emotionally so much that it's kind of like, how much mothering can you really do with this kid? You know, this kid killed his own mom at like 13 years old. So, tough kid. I really do wish, if they do keep Carl around, Walking Dead, AMC, you have to make his character more interesting. You have to make him more of a badass. In the comic books, he's like a 10-year-old, and he's got a missing chunk of his face, and he's just jaded with slick back hair, and then like they do a time jump, and he's like with Sophia, and he's like fucking people and stuff. It's like, you gotta add some of that. You gotta have some of that element, because otherwise, I've gotta say, this kid is acting in reverse. He's not improving. It seems like he's made a lot of choices lately that are just kind of weird. This long hair business, I get that they're trying to do this. They're trying to have it where Carl has the badass thing, and he's got like no eye here, and his hair kind of covers it. But in the comic books, he has it completely slicked back, revealing it and owning it. Like the governor, if he wasn't a pussy, you know what I mean? And he's just this jaded fuck. And also, I like it because the imagery that evokes, if he shows that he has this eye missing, it's very much like Carl has been hardened by this world, just like the governor. Governor had the same eye, like missing, and when Rick looks at Carl, he could see how this world changes people for the worse. Just like the governor. He sees the governor, he's got this fucking eye patch, and it's like, based on what the governor told us, he used to be a nice family man. And Carl used to be a part of the family and was a very nice kid. And now he's this kid who kills people, who hunts people down, who killed his own mom, who doesn't listen to any rules and kind of, you know, paddles his own canoe. Yeah, I need to read up to issue 100, and Carl has balls in the show. Man, he eats pudding. The governor was a punk. I would whip that dude's ass, no doubt. Maybe they can't do it on the show. Ah, fuck me. Stay up here, phone, bitch. Dude, the cost of CG. Well, I'm sorry, but if you can't manage this, then give him a fucking eye patch. And just do the makeup around it. It's like, anytime Dwight is on the camera, he's got this insane burn that covers half of his head like the Hound on Game of Thrones, and we can't manage a fucking eye? It's like, just do the fucking eye thing. It's like them not cutting off Rick's hand because of the budget. It's like, that would be awesome though. You fucking understand? And in the comic books, when he loses his hand, he gets a cool, like, prosthesis thing, like this black thing that has like the 3 prongs on the end. And when he's like old man Rick. Wrong casting. Sorry, I'm not trying to cover up the screen here. Comic book governor was a complete savage. Show watered him down a bit. And I understand that certain things need to be watered down. But the governor ended up still being a cool villain and a scary villain. In the show. You know, that stuff when he was like taunting Andrea, and he's kind of like working through the shadows, and he's just very sadistic and everything like that, and he's keeping his daughter locked up in a cage. I mean, that's good stuff. That's good character development. Not to mention that Southern gentleman stereotype accent was atrocious. Because they don't have all walls and all fences. Let me see. He looked like a yuppie Little League dad. They did make him better at the end. I will say this. This show is not very good at fake beards. Has anybody else noticed that? Anybody else noticing the lack of skill when it comes to making fake beards? They're focusing so much on dead and rotting flesh that they can't seem to manage a simple beard. Like the governor has that beard. When they see him, it's like, fuck me. That looks like if I just cut this hair off my head and glued it to this part of my face, and I was just kind of like, it's my beard now. I have a beard, everyone. Batters. Yeah, the old man Rick beard, I'm hoping that's just because they're going to have it look like that, then they're going to shave it down. You know what I mean? To where that was literally an extension for like one episode, and then they just have it white. You know what I mean? I think that's what they're going to do. Or maybe when they shot it, Andrew Lincoln didn't have time to grow his out naturally, or had already shaved it before he knew the storyline. And it takes time to grow a beard, so maybe that's the reason. It's hard to say. I'm thinking that's the reason. Because Andrew Lincoln grows a mean fucking beard. And if he had that full season 5 beard and just shaved that shit up right here and had kind of that big part of it hanging down, he would look like old man Rick and it'd be sick looking. Sorry, one second. It's going to be a dream sequence, right? The coma theory's kind of been blown out of the water. I could see the Elmer's glue. Well, I was right there with you, man. I was cringing at that as well. You know, especially, like I said, since we all know that Andrew Lincoln is capable of growing a mean-ass beard, it's kind of like, fuck, like, why even do that? Or CGI one, at least for that one shot, because they could have CGI'd a beard. It was a still shot of him on a bed. But I don't know how much of it we see in the episode, like I said. They might immediately shave it off. Or maybe Rick wakes up and they make a joke about how shitty he looks with it. I don't know. What do you think will be Negan's plan this season? Fuck if I know. Does Negan know? You know what I bet? If the show's smart, they'll go the whole route where he ends up getting... He makes a chink in Rick's group's armor, similar to how the Scavengers did, where they kind of turned on him at the last minute. You didn't see that coming, really. Think that'll happen, but then Rick ultimately will get the upper hand. I've heard some theories that have come from like comic book stuff where he kind of might become Rick's advisor or something, but I don't really like spoilers, so I try to avoid all that stuff. I'm hoping the show doesn't really go that route. I just don't think it works. When Rick gets his hands on Negan, I want it to be vicious. I want him to kind of torture Negan and make him suffer. Like, I know that sounds terrible, but it's like, that's what you watch the show for, is people, if they've been wrong, getting their vengeance and their just due. If you saw two of your closest friends who had saved your life on multiple occasions get their brains bashed in by a dude, are you really thinking that no matter what this guy says, he's going to end up being your I almost said financial advisor, your advisor? I don't. I think you would just hold on to that anger. You would never let it go. And the moment you had a chance alone with him, where you were in charge and he's on his knees and he's in your fucking cell or something like that, that you would just wreck this dude. Yeah, they have to torture him nice and slow, nothing quick. Exactly right. We need a chance for the, we need a chance for the audience to get, something back. Rick needs to break his arm with his own fucking bat. You know what I mean? Hit him in the face with it. Fuck him up with it. You know what I mean? Just really, you can see how energized I'm getting just thinking about it. Because it's just like, yeah, man, fuck this dude up. I would. If he was tied down, otherwise he'd probably kick my ass. Going full Morgan here, but that's too good for him. Chelsea grinned for that fuck. I don't quite understand that. But, I would love, like, some scenes, like, how Negan's just like, this is Lucille and all that stuff. I would love it if Rick did this. 2 seconds. Rick kind of comes up to him and he sort of just goes, oh, that's Lucille, huh? Let me tell you something. This right here, this is Lori. Now, Lori loves to be sung to. So why don't you just start doing some singing? Yeah, like something like that. Even if it's cheesy, just to kind of fuck with them, to show them it's like, fuck you, you know? It's, this right here, this is Shane. And Shane doesn't like to fuck around, you know? Maybe later, when I'm not in the middle of a live stream, I'll Google Chelsea Grin. Maybe I can check it on my desktop. I don't know. Does it have any relevance to The Walking Dead, or is it just someone who had their face really fucked up? But, oh. Dirty Harry. Fuck, I've seen Dirty Harry. I'll look it up. Because I can't claim that I remember. Oh. Okay. Alright. I gotcha. It's an option. I just, I want the audience to get some kind of reprieve and some sort of payback for Glenn and Abraham. And not even just Glenn and Abraham, just the fact that, you know, he's held Rick, this really powerful, strong man, and is trying to break him. I want him broken back. I want him broke back mountain, you guys. I want Rick to fuck him. A Glasgow smile. Glasgow smile. It's I don't know. AMC doesn't have the balls for that. Well, let's talk more about this trailer. We see a lot of stuff with King Ezekiel and all this stuff. I'm not gonna lie, the trailer did not make the King Ezekiel stuff look very good, but I have a feeling that that's gonna be because they're saving the good stuff for the show. The stuff where him and Jerry are all covered in blood, I can't wait to see what that is even referring to. That looks like it could be a really interesting scene. Now, all this love for Jerry, I get that he's cute and cuddly, but I couldn't really care less. The thing that makes me think that he could be a cool character is he has a battle axe. We haven't seen that, and I want to see that battle axe used. Yeah, King Ezekiel and his boy look like they're gonna die. I think Jerry will die. He'll sacrifice himself to save Ezekiel. It's... I'm sorry, it's like, I'm past the point of... I don't know, I'm just not the kind of fan that needs a fat dude to like, because he's so cuddly and he eats the pie. You know, it's like... Yeah, I got into the show because it's a zombie show. It has walkers in it and people getting shot in the face and kids killing their moms and, you know, just seeing these characters evolve. How is Jerry going to fucking evolve? Like, Jerry's going to be all jaded all of a sudden? It's like, he's one of the few people in the apocalypse who looks like it hasn't affected him at all. He's still fat. He's still a goofball. He still eats the pies. Come on, Jerry. What are you doing over here? It's the comic relief. Well, you know, some of the show doesn't need comic relief. Some of it needs to just be kind of gritty like it is. It's one of the shows I enjoy for how little comic relief there really is. It makes it more valuable when it comes. Dwight seems to still be on Rick's crew side. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I think he could be. I don't think him and Daryl are ever going to see eye to eye, and I do think that one of them will die this coming up season. Who's to say? I could be wrong. Maybe they both live. Maybe they both die. Maybe Dwight lives. Maybe Daryl lives. But I think one of them's going to die. I think it just requires it. And, Considering that show that Norman Reedus did, Ride with Norman Reedus, I don't think got picked up for a second season. They might keep him around. Why do you think Daryl will die? You know, because Daryl, yeah, he says when this is all over, I'm going to kill him. But he might kill him and then he ends up paying the price for it. I don't know. I just have the feeling. I go a lot off my gut instinct. Denise's death was not cool. No, it wasn't cool, but also she wasn't as interesting of a character. That speech that she gave was stupid, to say the least. You're talking to these characters who are way tougher than you, and she's acting like, yeah, well, I went, you know, you guys are really awesome people, and like totes, bomb, diggity, bomb, diggity, you know, like, you're kind of like, oh, can we stop with this, you know? I'm surprised they didn't go the cheesy route and have her saying Tara in the middle of it. Tara, tell Tara I love her. Daryl has that Carol plot armor. Don't think he will die. I'm hoping not. I'm not saying definitively that he would, obviously, or he will. I'm really hedging my bets on that stuff. But he stands just as good a chance as anybody. You know, this show, it's kind of taking a step back in a sense that it's backing off the characters that people love because they're worried about the firestorm that'll come if they kill somebody that they like. But it's like, look, man, Game of Thrones cut everybody's favorite character's head off the very first season. And people still love the show. I still love the show. So it's like, come on, keep it going. Take some fucking chances. That's what makes the show worthwhile, is you go, holy fuck, I can't believe they did that. And you've got to watch just to see what the fuck they do next. That's the kind of show you want. Let me see here. I didn't notice you were live. Well, I am. Speaking of Carol, looks like she's being a beast in this season as well. She needs to be. Badass Carol is who we all love. Because we all want to believe that we would be like that. That we would grow to adapt. And even if we lost everybody that we love, that we would somehow carry on and we would conquer it. Conquer our own worldly fears. Yeah, Scott Gimple. Yeah, come on, Scott Gimple. Have some fucking balls. I've made the argument just amongst my friends who even know who Scott Gimple is, that he, you know, could be replaced. I think Greg Nicotero might take it in a better direction if he chose to be the showrunner, but I don't know. You know, that's just my personal opinion, because Gimple really is under the impression that every decision that he makes is like a big, you know, is a big decision, but clearly there must be some sort of flaws, because he allowed them to write the exact same Negan speech like 12 times last season. You know, like, do you know that I like to use a baseball bat? Fuck. I'm going to lean and talk to you really arrogantly, like so. You suck ass, Rick. You know, like, all that shit. By the way, if you're liking the live stream so far, give it a like, give it a subscribe. I've chilled. I'm baked. Gonna get the sausages, making hot dogs. Be right back, broke black man. Love you, man. He loves you. Tom loves you. Tom himself? The Tom. Everyone. But yeah, you, God, there's so many things I want to kind of say, and I don't know the proper way to organize them, because I don't really care to write this shit down. I like just talking about it naturally, because then you come up with better ideas and you have better discussion. It's not so stilted. Wish I was baked. He's just shit-faced. But both need to get twisted, compromise. So I want to see if Negan's on the screen. I don't want to keep seeing him give out these speeches like, this is gonna suck balls and wait 5 episodes to see why. It's like, you know, just do it. Just be scary. Quit telling me about how scary you are and just be scary. We've all had those friends that talk a lot of shit, that act like they're these big tough guys that like, oh, I'll kill someone if I choke them, or I've broken this dude's arm in the past, or whatever. And it's just laughable a lot of the time, because you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? You've never acted on any of this shit. You've been saying this shit for years. I've never once seen you act on it. I don't want that for this show. If the guy's evil, if he does fucked up stuff, let him do fucked up stuff. You know, the governor went up and shot a bunch of soldiers just to get their weapons. Rather than recruiting them to join him, he just shot a bunch of soldiers. He's like, I just want what they have. It's a bold choice. There's soldiers that watch this show, and it's a risk doing that in today's hypersensitive fucking world. You know, making any kind of a stand, I know, can be risky business. And everyone's like, I'll stop watching the show if they kill this character or that character. Don't let that deter you from killing people off. Here's some characters you can kill right now. Rosita, Tara, Carl, Morgan, Dwight, who else? I know there's Enid. Fuck. Get rid of Enid. Holy crap. Get the fuck out of here. Stop writing that girl into shows. Maybe she's a brilliant actress. Maybe she's lovely in person. If she is lovely in person, then she's a fantastic actress, because I'm like, holy shit. I could not care less about this character. I don't want Carl ending up with her. That's if Carl even sticks around. If he chooses to be with her, I hope they both get shot. I hope she gets shot through the back of the head and it goes into Carl's eye hole. Because he deserves it if he makes that crucial of a mistake in the apocalypse. Hey, Kiyote. Brokeback Black Man says, but that's the thing. Ain't Negan actually good? Actually good or not completely evil versus the governor is a I don't give a fuck type of dude and kills all in his way. Hello. How are you, Kiyote? Thank you for joining us. Let's see. Fuck you, David. No scripts. I don't know. Yeah, we'll fucking do it live. No, you're fine. Yoda, give it a thumbs up. Make it up to me and give this video a thumbs up. Fuck it. That would be me. If I ever have... Oh, there she did it. We just had 10 likes, everybody. 10 likes on a David video. That's like unprecedented. Nah. Much love. Oh, man. Yeah, we gotta start killing off some of these fucking characters, you guys. You hear me? Kill them off. Kill some of them off. This is Rick's story. This is a Rick-tatorship. It's not a democracy anymore. Enough of this Enid crap. Kill Rosita. We got one for Rosita. About Negan. They could never do it properly on basic cable. I get why people hate him. He's a watered-down TV Negan. Yeah, fuck Rosita. That's right. That's right and a half. When Rosita and Sasha both ran up to the sanctuary, I was like, do them both, Walking Dead. One bullet, 2 women, back to back. Knock them both out of here. Because nobody cared. The reason they did that is because they go, these characters have been kind of weak these last few shows, so we have to give them something to do. Let's have them go on this fool's errand, because one of them, we can kill one of them off. because she got another show and she needs to leave anyway, you guys. So let's just kill her off. It's like, quit doing it when people are able to leave. Kill people off before they have another gig. They'll find other work. Hey, Shannon. Hey, David. This is one of the classic quotes from the comic book Negan. Can you say it with the Rick voice twist? Sure. Motherfucking dick suck, cunt, fucking shit, fuck, fuckity fuck, fucker, fuck, fuckers. Fuck. Exactly. Sasha is now in a Star Trek show. I don't no idea who Rosita is, but if everyone wants her dead, I won't oppose. You got timed out again. How are you getting timed out? I've never heard of that. Is that a thing? Does that happen? Oh, fuck. Stop with the Rosita stuff and the Enid stuff. Have them both die in a blender. Let's see here. Analysis. Negan is the shit. If The Walking Dead was over HBO, everyone would meet the real Negan. That's true. But we don't live in that world. And the AMC has gotten away with a lot. And it would be ridiculous to have a character in real life say that shit so much. The Sopranos is an amazing show, from what I've seen. And, which is very little of it. I know. I'm Italian. I should have watched it. Didn't have HBO for the longest time. I still don't. I watch Game of Thrones at my friend's house. They say fuck at the right amount of time to where it has impact. And they can say it a lot and it's still funny. But if you just say it every other word, it loses, like... It's just kind of like, why are we lingering on this guy talking? Because all he's saying is fuck. Do you think they are bringing Heath back? Is his character unimportant so they just have him killed off screen and show a dead Walker body? Yes, Heath is coming back. Sasha has found his swipe card on the ground. I feel you, David. It's like you can smash zombies' heads, but you can't say fuck. Just because everyone's freaking out over that bat scene and the Asian guy. You really need to watch the show, Analysis. You'd understand. You can get away because they're zombies. I got timed out again. What would happen if there was a zombie apocalypse and your kid was gluten-free? I guess you're fucked. Well, if your kid has celiac disease, one, he needs to be observed by scientists because he's the only kid who has it. It's usually predominant in 50-year-old women and the occasional black person. But other than that, your kid, if you have a nut allergy, all those people are going to die in like 10 seconds. Asian guy is Glenn. May he rest in pieces. That's a great comment. That might be the favorite thing I've ever read. She's lying. That's how she gets mods on channels. Right. Aaron is the new Glenn. He has so many close calls. Maybe in Season 8 he will die. No, he won't. He will hide underneath a dumpster. Okay? Everybody hides underneath a dumpster if they're almost dead. I like Aaron a lot, actually. They need to give him more screen time. Yeah, hashtag hiding under dumpsters, okay? Walking Dead, hashtag Walking Dead Season 8, hashtag dumpsters, return to the dumpsters. Those are separate hashtags. He was an idiot for that note incident. That note incident? Oh, yeah. Only character I cried when it dies is motherfucking Shiva. Like I said, stop bringing up Stop showing the tiger. It's like, just use better acting scenes with real people who actually have an impact on the fucking story. No, I just don't care about the tiger because I haven't done anything interesting with it. Now, if Shiva turned into like a walker tiger, which doesn't happen because animals don't get infected in this world for whatever reason, that'd be one thing. I love Shiva more than humans. The king better fucking make moves already. Death to Shiva protecting Carol. She already protected Carl. So maybe Carol. Fuck. Does anyone ride said tiger? Not yet. It's not Game of Thrones. She's gonna die, it's known, but I don't know when. No spoilers, Tom. Just do me the solid. If you know any spoilers, don't divulge them. I still want to try to enjoy the show as best I can. I will say this. Because of the last season, or the season before, season 6 and season 7, being the way that they were, I would not watch the show if I read spoilers. There would be no fucking point. Because season 7 was weak enough to where if I had listened or watched spoilers or anything like that, there would have been no point in even watching it. Because, just what's the fucking point? Nothing surprised anything. You would know every little detail and you wouldn't have a point in watching it. Hey, I'm like I said, I'm fine with the tiger dying. The tiger doesn't talk as far as I know in the comic books. Now, if the tiger ever starts helping Rick learn how to shoot with his left hand because he lost his right one to Negan or something, then whatever. Or if Rick starts riding it around places, because he's walking with a cane, fine. But stop bringing up CGI problems when you have like 50 actors who could have dialogue instead. Yeah, I heard about the stunt guy dying. And that really sucks. And, I don't know him personally. I think that does really suck. And he was a stunt guy on a lot of shit, more than just The Walking Dead. A lot of movies. And for the stunt community, that's very tragic. I wish I knew more about it to feel worse. But I'm sorry, I'm one of those people that if I don't have a lot of connection to it, I try not to fake a lot of sorrow. You know what I mean? Like, I feel very bad for his family. That's genuine. But I don't know the guy personally. But it is a risk you take if you're a stuntman and you're doing some of the stunts that some of these shows entail, falling off bridges or buildings or doing explosions. It's a very risky job. That's why they get paid a very good amount of money and have high insurance, is because it's a very risky job and it can be over in a matter of instance. Oh, I didn't know he had a girlfriend on the show as a stunt girl. That's really sad. Tiger is cheap CGI, though. It doesn't look so great, but it's acceptable. Zoe Bell is nasty? Who's Zoe Bell? Is that the name of the girlfriend? Who's Zoe Bell? Sorry if I don't know this. It's, like I said, I don't keep up. There are people who die in lots of shows, like stunt people who die on movie sets and stuff like that, and they don't get the same kind of attention. I'm glad that this guy at least got some credit and acknowledged, because they could have easily just blown over it. But the fact that they shut down the show out of respect for this guy, that's very nice. They are the people who were, one, directly affected by it, and knew the guy and his family probably, and to do that in honor of him is a very nice thing. Because it's better than anything we can all do. Well, I know we're trying to kind of keep jumping back to the trailer periodically. I look forward to seeing what they do, if they do the big time skip and how much time has skipped by. If it's been a few months, I don't think it's going to have been years. I think it might be a year. But if they do, I hope they do some cool stuff with it. It could make the show really interesting. And I also hope that the scenes that they have with walkers this season are very good. It looks like there's going to be a lot of action this season, which is good because last season looked like a big, long advertisement for this season. So they better deliver. It's on you, AMC. This is a make or break season for you. What are you saying? All right, David. Hottest chick ever on the show. My pick is Amy. Amy? Oh, that's Maggie. 100%. Tara is not the hottest. Get the fuck out of here. I guess if you're a tit guy, even the women say fucking Maggie. Maggie's gorgeous. Like, there's no even dispute about that. She's a supermodel. Beauty is in the eyes of everybody looking at Maggie, okay? Hey, Phil. What's good? Beer. What's good, Phil? The boy cut doesn't help. Fuck, whatever, man. I'd fuck her if she shaved her head. Give her the old Morgan cut. I'd still sleep with her. How old is Carol supposed to be? Well, she's still in fuckable range for me as well. I think also the woman who plays Carol is gorgeous. That might just be me, but I think she's beautiful. Yeah, like Carol, she's got such beautiful eyes and such a sweet smile. Like I just love her. Now you're just horny, Dave. No, maybe. Wait for real. I don't care. If Enid's legal age, like, you know what? If you're young enough, if you're not legal age, then you could still fuck Enid, okay? I didn't wait till I was 18 to start fucking people. You know, it's just, you do what you do. And just own it. Hopefully, you know, you're at least doing it above the statutory rape age. Okay? I think it was at 16 in most states or something. Try not to be 45 doing it, but if you're 18 and there's a hot 16-year-old who wants to jump on your dick, go for it. Yeah, don't fight them. Fuck them. I'm just being honest with you guys. That's all I ever wanted people to be with me. Oh, now it's silent. Yeah, we'll leave Enid to you. Have at it. Have at that awful personality. The whole time she would be sleeping with you, she'd just be looking down at her feet, just acting, just going like, it's really good sex. It's really good. but the world is theirs and we just live in it. That's why you fuck her from behind, so you just don't have to deal with it. Yes, Quixote, I love you. Love you just for saying that. I think Emilia Clarke is a million times better than the actress who plays Enid. A mannequin is better than Emilia, and yeah, so Emilia is greater than a mannequin. Or sorry, a mannequin's greater than Emilia, and Emilia is greater than Enid. Transitive property, a mannequin is way better than Enid. Manny Quinn. Fuck! That was a good one. Beth deserved it. You can't sing, you die. 2.5 Men. If you hate her, then she's doing a good job. Sure. Emilia Clarke isn't that horrible. She's decent on the show of great actors. I agree with that. Also, you're supposed to think that she's annoying and arrogant. I think she's actually a bad actress and other stuff. I think on Game of Thrones she actually works quite well for what her character is supposed to be. That might just be me. I don't have nearly as much of a problem with her. Mostly just because I don't care about most Daenerys stuff. So I don't really stress on it. You guys are just too nice. I have never been accused of that. But thank you. That's the first time I've ever heard it in my life. Yeah, fuck Rosita. I could say that every day of the week and mean it more every time I say it. It's, Tom is a hipster. Yeah. There's too much attention on Tom right now. Guys, remember that I'm a narcissist. This is about me. This is about me and my brilliant ideas and discussion. Alright? It's, why don't people look at me? How come ladies don't turn their head like that when I walk into a room? Is it because I'm shooting this from a low angle because I have a gut right here? Is it because my hair's gotten to that Carl length that I even hate? What can I do? I missed the ideas, I guess. I don't even remember the trailer. Hair is fire. Hair is fire! Nah, the hair is good. Jon Snow, Season 3 flow. Hey, Season 5, bitch. Thank you, Hannibal. Respect the hair game. I do believe we can get to Washington, D.C. I will admit I do not know a T. Brooks Ellis. But I did read one of his books, and I feel like if he saw Tennessee top hat, he respected. Eugene had quite the look. Dun dun dun! Fucking spoilers! I know, just pulling them out of my ass all the time. With these new impressions. Eugene needs to stay alive. His character is interesting. I agree, and I think he actually has a part to play in the wars to come. But, man, I need to make some more fucking impression videos. It's just hard when it's just me, myself, and I over here. But I might actually have some of my friends help me this coming up week. Because since I'm not really able to edit the feature film right now due to the director being out of town, I should make the most of that. So how many people from the first season have made it through to the last, or how many will make it or have made it? Okay, so we got Rick, Morgan, Maggie, Carl, Carol, Daryl. Morales is out there somewhere. Whose bitch ass is this? Fuck. Maggie, you're right. Maggie wasn't in the first season. Good point. Okay, well then take that off. What, are you gonna make a big deal out of it? You gonna maybe fucking feel bad? What's with the last scene? Memory is coming back. It's basically what everybody is kind of given away is that there is a point in the comic books after All Out War, which is what this upcoming season is going to be leading to or be about. There is a time jump. And Rick Grimes ages quite a bit, and they feel that it's going to be basically him not waking up out of his coma, but waking up after a recovery after getting a huge ass beating some point in the interim. So that's what it's about. And so it's not him waking up from the coma. Yeah, they're doing some clever imagery, but it's not the same. They're trying to get you to go like... They were even saying that they're going to do some things that kind of call back in the first, I think, few episodes of this season where they kind of call back to season 1. Like, there's a shot of Carl I saw in a video by New Rockstars, guy who does really annoying fucking reviews about The Walking Dead, and he just goes, hey, let me tell you about some Easter eggs that you definitely fucking saw, but I'm gonna act like you didn't fucking see it. You know, like, it just fucking drives me nuts. But in that, he made some interesting points where he said... There's a shot of Carl coming up to a car like this, and he looks just like Rick when he's like in episode 1 where he's in a sheriff outfit with a hat on, and he looks in the car and he sees a body. They should end this shit already. It's so frustrating to watch. I hate that I'm committed. I have to admit, after season 5 was a great season of the show. And this is a problem with most shows. Most shows around seasons 3 or 4 are considered to be middling, to where around season 8 they would be winding down, like forever. And so they would already have had like jam-packed seasons in those last few seasons because they're trying to wrap up so much storyline when they have a lot of source material, especially if it's based on a comic book or off of a series of books, i.e. Game of Thrones, Walking Dead. But if they keep trying to extend it because they're trying to have more and more seasons, it's going to prolong things. So hopefully in this next season they take some risks, they kind of catch back up, or they get ahead of the comic books, which is fine. Robert Kirkman's fine with that. I ain't quitting the show after 6 years. Yode, why I started repeating, but was so good early on. Everyone gets so stupid and forgets what they've learned. That's true. I love this season. Only season I hated was season 2 with that pointless Herschel farm plot. See, here's the thing. The farm, I thought season 7 made the farm look good. That's what I thought of that. Because in season 2, we still had, it was boring as fuck, I'm not gonna lie. But when it wasn't boring, like the episodes like Nebraska, when they, found Sophia and stuff like that, and the second half of season 2 is good. That first half of season 2 sucks. Sucks. Nobody cares. Sophia's dead. Those cops are right. It was very annoying, like Daryl going out there like, I'm gonna find that little girl. Like, what y'all talking about? And like all that stuff. I didn't enjoy that. The second half I enjoyed. I'm having Game of Thrones chat withdrawals. Well, Herschel was an example of some people could be and had hopes of saving them and shit with this religious crap. Yeah, the death of Dale and Sophia was justified. I didn't mind the farm stuff. Herschel's infinite ammo shotgun was lit. Here's the thing. I didn't even think about that when I was watching it. But then somebody pointed it out like a year later, and I was like, holy fuck, he does just shoot forever. Broke Black Man is the Three Pigs. First home was Mad, EOF Straw. The next community Wood, the next community Brick, but got blown up. Next community Steel. I didn't want Dale to die, though. I enjoyed it. Well, that's because of Frank Darabont leaving the show. Forced retiring or quitting the show because of creative differences. That's the reason why the Dale guy was cast in the first place, is because he had worked with Frank Darabont on almost every one of his major films, like Shawshank Redemption, The Mist, all of these Frank Darabont stuff. And he basically plays the same character in The Walking Dead as he does in The Mist, as does Carol, because she worked with him. But Carol made the wise choice and decided to stay and became a badass character. Yeah, I really hate these reviews of Walking Dead trailers and stuff like that by these, like, they almost talk at a Film Riot speed, which it's just really a lot of pointing and stuff like that, and behind on a blue, like, you know, pastel background. They go like, hey everybody, you know, what's going on? We're going to be reviewing the Season 8 trailer of The Walking Dead today. Here's another Easter egg. You know, and they just prattle along endlessly. And it's like, listen, I prattle along endlessly, but at least I'm talking about stuff that other people are making me talk about. I'm not just bullshitting it out of my ass, where it's just like, you know, I'm going to go frame by frame and point out the obvious just so I can make a video about it. Like, they literally go like this. I'm not even kidding. Watch the new Rockstars video. They have a still frame of Rick, and he's, like, all lit by the sun, like this. The sun's, like, right here. Sun's, like, right there. And they go, now, we start off this trailer with a shot of Rick. And I go, oh, fuck me. How did you think of that? Fuck. I mean, I need to slow down. Look like Danny or Cersei. Or like Danny or Cersei, sorry. Rick is the destroyer of worlds, like Danny or Cersei. Okay, I got you. I saw a movie where they were all in it. They picked everyone from that one movie, The Mist. That's what you're thinking of. Cersei got poison on Jaime's dick. Someone answer me. What are you asking about? Yeah, it was The Mist. 100%. You could call it the grocery store movie, but it's The Mist. And what's weird is the guy who was the lead in Mist, he was actually he auditioned for Rick and he turned it down. They wanted to have him on the show, at least Frank did. Yeah, they made a short TV series of the book because nobody fucking wanted a TV series of it. They go, yeah, they already kind of handled that in the movie. Yeah, I bet he's kicking himself now, but I also guarantee you that it probably wouldn't have been as good of a show. Regardless if you like that actor or not, I think Andrew Lincoln was a perfect cast for Rick Grimes. I love the guy. I think he's got a great personality. I think he's got some amazing acting chops when he's given the opportunity and given the proper dialogue. And the guy just looks cool. He just looks like a badass in this world. So, I really like it. If you haven't liked this video, give it a thumbs up for me. Do it, please. How long have we been going for? Wow. Hour and 9 minutes. Man, I talk a lot. Shawshank Redemption is amazing. Yeah, Lincoln can act. Give him a great role, and he will nail it. I wish Andrew Lincoln was on Game of Thrones, man. How sick would that be? I think he'd be fantastic. Can you imagine him just going, like with his natural British accent going, the Lannisters send their regards. You're not a boat in your snow. Oh, as Littlefinger. That'd be interesting. He'd be over there just like, Cersei, don't do this. I just gotta tell you. I want to be Lord of the Riverlands. I just didn't want to step on anybody's toes. Did you know I was a fucking legend at Gen Alley? Yeah. He'd be over there like this. He still has a gun. He's just like, man, have a bowl of brown for me. Have a bowl of brown when you get there. Morgan, don't go to Flea Bottom. It belongs to the dead now. The White Walkers will soon be at our doorstep. It's that'd be interesting. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm looking for Carl Tanner. He was a fucking legend at Gen Alley. Maybe you know him. I don't know. Sir Pounce. He owns Flea Bottom. Yeah. Oh, that's the cat. Wait, so he knighted a cat? Get the fuck out of here. I also think Matthew McConaughey would have made a great Rick Grimes if he had been up for it. Faceless cat. A girl is no one. A girl is no one. Can you imagine Matthew McConaughey doing that? He's got the gun out and stuff. He's just going like this. Must be some sort of mistake. See, I've been looking for people all this time, but I haven't found anybody. Now, do you happen to know why? I don't like Negan. You know, like, you know why? Listen, this isn't a democracy anymore. It's a fucking dictatorship. It's a dictatorship. Wow. And here's the irony. He pulls up to Sadler Lincoln. Well, although we didn't touch on it that much, this season, I'm really hoping they do some really cool action stuff with Rick. I think the Morgan stuff needs to be eased up a bit. Either have him go crazy or have him be normal. I think Enid, Rosita, and some of those side characters like that need to be taken care of. Enough with the tiger. If you're not going to make it interesting or have it do anything cool, then stop showing it and focus on the characters. I really hope that we get to see Rick be Rick. And I don't know. I really just hope the show gets back on track this season and gets back to its roots with good character development, really good scenes, and seeing the character change in these harsh conditions. The reason I'm talking this fast is because I'm wrapping it up, folks. I'm wrapping it up. So any last comments you guys want to throw in there before I wrap this baby up? Probably 75 minutes. Go ahead. Speak now, or forever hold your peace. Fuck Rosita, says Quixote. Tom, stop showing the tiger, so disappointed at you. Whatever, Tom. Fuck Enid, says Quixote. She's just getting all kinds of shots. Fuck Morgan. Touched a nerve, Quixote? Oh yeah. Kill a nerve. Cheers, says Hannibal. Thank you. Cheers to you too. "20 seconds, guys. I hate annoying people who don't listen. I'm just reading the comments here. What do you think about the garbage people? Fuck them. Hope that storyline wraps itself up, or Jadis learns how to act. They can't cost lives that are worth more than theirs, okay? And All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Okay. 75 minutes it is, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Please give it a share. If you are on the Amino apps, share it on the Walking Dead Amino app, which you can find me on there under The Walking David. Share it on Facebook and any of the Walking Dead groups that you happen to be a part of, and share it with Phil, the Issue Guys, on the Friends of Phil Discord. And I'll be trying to make more of these. Hopefully I'll be able to keep up with the episodes as they come, and we'll get to have more lively discussions. It was a great time. I hope you all enjoyed it. But I will catch you all later. Thank you, Broke Black Man, Quixote, Phil H, Analysis Thrones, everybody who joined. If I missed people, Tom himself, Hannibal, and the many others of you who came in here. Thank you very much. But I will talk to you all soon. All right? Until then, those who subscribe survive. Cheers, everybody.